Welcome to a special, uncut edition of the Dysfunction Junkies podcast, where we may not have seen it all, but we've seen enough. And now, here are your hosts, Chrissy and Carrie.
Hello, junkies. Well, Chrissy and I have a special treat for you today. We are going to share with you the original, uncut version of our Ash Wednesday episode. We thought this uncut version would be a great way to close out the Easter season. So sit back and enjoy, and happy Easter, junkies. Welcome to your safe space. I'm Carrie.
And I'm Chrissy.
And we want to take a moment to thank all of our listeners. We are so excited. We are now in 23 states, in over 80 cities, in 3 countries, the United States, Bahamas, and Bermuda. So thank you to all of you out there listening. We so appreciate that.
Yes, thank you.
Chris-
Love you all.
Chrissy, how you doing? What's going on?
I don't know. You told me what's going on. You come over here. I don't know how to bring this up.
What?
What do you got on your head?
Well,
I didn't know you smoked. Who smokes in your house?
Chrissy.
Looks like somebody put a cigarette out on your head.
No, it's Ash Wednesday. Come on.
Oh, it's Ash Wednesday,
It's
everybody.
Ash Wednesday. It's the beginning of Lent. Where's your thumbprint on your head?
No.
Oh, come on.
What are they sticking on your head? Explain that to me real quick. If you can't, you can't. But I know it's palms from the year before. At least that's what they tell us. Where did they get these palms?
From the year before.
But where are they from? Where do we live? In Ohio, we don't have palms.
I'm like, wait a
Unless
minute.
it's
You're answering your own question. Well, being that I work at a church, I can tell you where the palms come from.
Oh, I want inside information right now. Yes.
So, there's companies that are out west, and they grow the palms, and you order them. In fact, I was so irritated this year because we weren't even through Christmas, and we were still ordering poinsettias for Christmas. And I started getting the flyers and brochure information on ordering palms. And I'm like, it's December. Why am I even looking at palm ordering information in December? Like, it's like the whole decorating thing or Christmas, when they stores put the Christmas stuff out, July. And it's like, I haven't even gotten through like Thanksgiving yet. And you're putting this out. It's the same thing, So yeah, you order them and they send them to you.
Okay,
palms.
wait. The palm thing is like a 2-parter because they burn them
After
for Ash Wednesday. Just thumbprint everybody's ID everybody's forehead. And then, but we use them.
So Palm Sunday.
Oh, yeah, that one. That's what I'm thinking.
Yes. So
then they hand the stuff out.
oh my God, Chrissy, do we have to go through Catholic School 101 now again here?
I wasn't at school on Easter Sunday or Palm Sunday. It was Sunday. We weren't classy. What they used to say, you like school on a Saturday. You got no class.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not even going to tell you where I heard that one because you can't talk about that cartoon anymore because it's naughty.
No, now you got my curiosity up.
Well, it was a heavyset lead character and his gang. But
It was on Fat Albert.
Oh my God, he said the word. He said the words. We grew up on all
DJ
that
Nick.
lovely stuff.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about that. Okay, so back to the palms.
Yes.
Okay, so we get our ashes on Ash Wednesday, and then
From the prior year.
Those are from the palms from the prior year. Mm-hmm. So then on Palm Sunday, we get the palms, and then you keep those, or the priest or the church keeps those palms, and they can burn them to make the ashes, and then they keep those for the following year's Ash Wednesday.
Where are these burnt?
In a burn pile in the back. I mean,
They just hang out and they sit down
they dry
and
them
have
out. Yeah, they just
they're sitting around having beers and burning the palms or...
No, they're drinking the Mogan David.
Oh, that's
Remember the church wine.
I'm fascinated by the companies that manufacture and distribute these.
Yes, and they limit you depending on the palm production of the year. So like this year when they sent the flyers out, they were saying like, oh, you can only order so many of this palm or so many of this palm because, growing rate and the drought and everything. So.
Oh, okay. Because I work for a company, an oil company, and our allocation is dependent upon how much we bought.
Oh.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So is it like that with outside of oil that your allocation is dependent upon how many you bought the prior year?
No, because there's different kinds of palms. So like some churches like to buy different palms to decorate with. Like there's the date palms.
Those are annoying that people have those. We used to have those. There were people who could do this. They could create like little crucifixes.
Oh,
and some of them are really
yes.
Anybody got a pussy cat out there? Because if you got a cat in a palm, the cat's going to start nibbling on these things. They find them fascinating. And then they're going to hack it up.
You going with this?
Cats eat those, at least in my experience.
Oh my gosh.
They seem to be fascinated with eating. Isn't that part of the Bible somewhere where the kitty cat, isn't that a sign of something when the kitty cat eats the palm and then pukes it up?
What Bible are you? What Bible did you read?
I didn't read a Bible. I was asking you if they had that part in there.
I have never heard of this story, so I don't know.
Again, my imagination is wild.
I'm not sure if you're pranking me right now or if you're being serious.
I'm serious that I have a very active imagination. But I have no logic in anything this is based on. But no, move forward, go. Okay, I'll come. We'll do that there'll be another Ash Wednesday. We'll talk about it.
So anyway,
go back to your thumbprint.
Yeah, so the thumbprint, So
but it's supposed to look like a cross, isn't it?
Well, yeah, they do the little
They're
cross.
They're really lousy. And that's a simple symbol, isn't it? Up and down and then across.
Yeah. Well, it depends on if they have a fat thumb or if you were the first one in that
dip. You think they'd be up there with like a nice paintbrush?
Oh my God.
Maybe maybe a stick-on, like a stick-on tattoo? Can we just do that? Then it gets weird.
Yeah, you're making
I'm getting
weird.
Flashbacks
you're
to
like
things people used to carve in their foreheads.
The worst part I have about it is when you go in the morning and you get the palms, and if you happen to be first in line, or they dip their thumb in the ashes like every 2 or 3 people because there's so much ash. So if you're that first one after the dip, you got it really thick, and then it sprinkles in your eyes, and when you have contacts, it's like all day I'm like, but gotta take one for the team, I guess.
Yeah. Going to Catholic school, and we would be gathered in the gymnasium when all of us had to attend because our Catholic high school didn't actually have a church attached to it. Like our elementary schools had, we were all attached to the churches. Right. And so we would all gather in the gym, which made you feel very, very close to God. And then they would have you go up on Ash Wednesday, and the amount of students at our school, they were very involved with doing this.
Yes.
I was like, I am 15, 16, 17. I
You were
put
a minority.
makeup on, did my hair. Now you want me to go get a thumbprint on my head? Ain't happening. Nope. So I used to walk around and hope nobody questioned. But we had a lot of people who went to our
Did you skip the line?
Oh, yeah. I never would go and get that on my head. You didn't have to.
Oh, you didn't have to?
No.
Oh, I didn't know.
There were a lot
I didn't know there was an
our
option.
fellow classmates who were not Catholic but went to our Catholic high school because there were other reasons to go.
Did you stay in the stadium seating, or did everyone have to get up and walk, and you just, when it came to that part, you just bypassed and kept going?
No, I think...
Or did you stay seating?
I think you just sat there.
Oh, okay.
I might have laid on the ground until everybody got back. All right, enough of my crappiness. Go for it.
Oh my, yes. So we are in the season of Lent. So, okay. Now, you and I, although we went to the same Catholic high school, we grew up very different as far as religion.
Yeah.
So we've talked about that, where religion was kind of like a very prominent thing in our house. So did you even do anything for Lent in your house? Did you ever give up anything?
No.
Never.
Might have said it just to say, because I think when we went to Catholic school, you had to tell them what you were giving up and draw a picture showing you. Usually, mine was like a little girl with tears because I had to give something up. Pizza, no, it ain't happening. Ice cream, not happening.
Well, no, you need the hot dogs in your ice cream. You're on that
how
diet.
am I supposed to diet without this? Is how much am I supposed to do? My life already is rough, and you want me to give up stuff now? Talk about misery on misery here. Yeah, Lent is fascinating, but no, I don't remember a whole lot. just getting ready for the Easter Bunny, but I guess it's not really, even though it's connected, it's not part of the Lent thing.
Two different things.
Well, they get the Fat Tuesday thing.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Well, that's just another way of them making you have to go on the diet with hot dogs and ice cream.
No, I think this is my theory on Fat Tuesday and Lent. Okay, so we had the first of the year where we all decided, okay, we ate too much over Thanksgiving and Christmas. So we had to have New Year's Day where we had to purge everything out of clean out the cupboards, and we're going to start our diets and we're going to start being healthy. That lasted, 8 weeks? And now it's the beginning of March and we failed at it. So we're going to try again. Okay, so now we got Lent. We're going to try this Lent thing. So Fat Tuesday, we're going to eat everything out of the house. We're going to purge everything. We're going to try again with Lent, and we're going to give up stuff for Lent. That's what I think is going on.
Yeah, the Lent thing, giving it up. I have family members who participate in this sometimes on my husband's side. I didn't understand one year the Catholics didn't have a pope for a little while. And because the one pope that was in there decided to throw everybody a curveball, and instead of dropping dead while he was pope.
Oh, God, Chrissy.
Well, I'm sorry. Instead of passing away like all the popes do before they're done with their tenure or time in or whatever you want to call it, he just decided to retire. He's like, I got too much life. I got stuff I want to do, people to see. I can't be stuck here telling all you followers of Christ and the Catholic Church what to do. Oh, I'm done. So you're saying that like I'm... by the way, everybody, I just scheduled my appointment in hell for this episode, so... some of you I will see there, some of you will not.
Chrissy.
But the Pope wasn't there is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
And they can't seem to get somebody in office. They don't usher people in real quick. You got to wait for black smoke up there on the rooftop. And maybe Karen's up there from Frosty waiting for the smoke signals. That's why they left her up on the roof.
And for those of you that may be a new listener, what Chrissy is referencing a lot of previous episodes. So some of this rhetoric doesn't make sense. Go back and listen to previous episodes.
It's worth it. It's so worth it. So anyhow, what I'm getting at though is there was no pope overseeing anything.
Okay.
And people, my husband's family member, we wanted to get ice cream. And they said, well, I can't do that because I gave up ice cream for Lent. And I said, but wait a minute. There's no pope. Nobody is manning the station. Who's going to criticize you? Catholics gone wild, man. Catholics gone wild. You got girls gone wild. Catholics gone wild. No pope equals go, man. Go. What do they call that? One place in the Bible, Sodom and Gomorrah, or what is that? Well, I don't know. I hear people say that stuff.
These Bible references, of course. There's the different types of Bibles. I'm going to have to look up the Bible by Chrissy.
No, it's just like, it's Cliff Notes.
Cliff Notes.
Cliff Richard's notes.
Chrissy.
That's what I got.
Chrissy.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just didn't understand why we're still having Lent without a pope. If the pope's not there, doesn't that mean that we need to take a break and regroup?
You're changing the liturgical calendar based on an actual person. Oh my God.
Well, he's the man.
He's the man.
When people want to get divorced in the Catholic Church, they got to ask him for permission.
Does it really go all the way to the Pope?
I thought it did. It doesn't.
No, it doesn't. He's got bigger fish to fry.
Well, then who's offering all
During
that
Lent,
dispensation?
he has very fish to fry.
Yeah. You got to watch because the health department doesn't let some of those churches fry that fish because they don't have appropriate kitchens. Make sure that they got their little ticket from the health department. You don't want to eat that bad fish. I saw one church, they were doing it out in their garage.
Some of those fish fries are really good, though.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah.
Until you get food poisoning.
Chrissy, we really struck a nerve today.
All right,
Alrighty,
okay.
then.
Chrissy's going to hell and Catholics gone wild. That's what I offer today. Carrie, go.
Carrie, go. Where do I even follow up with that? Oh, my. So fish fries are a no for Chrissy. So we are not.
I love them.
As long as they have the health department license.
Well, no, I don't. You gotta just make sure that.
Yeah.
That back where we're from, you have such a flippin' choice of fish fries. And when we moved where I live now,
Yes. Do you not have them here?
Yeah, I think they have them a little bit, but you really got to look for them, which is fine.
Yeah.
But you got to look for them,
Yeah.
and you don't have the variety of choices that we used to have. And I'm not generally following not eating meat on it. I'm done with that.
My
I was
mom
done
was
with that for the flipping Christmas stuff.
My mom was so strict on that. It became, you know how like you were saying your mom changed the rules on the going to the graveyard after. Okay.
Yes.
My mom, I think, changed the rules on the no meat on Friday thing because it used to be, during Lent, no meat on Friday. Well, then all of a sudden it became, you can't eat on Friday, any day, any Friday of the year, like no Fridays. And so she would say when she was living with us, she'd be like, oh, I can't eat meat on Friday. I'm like, Mom, it's not Lent. Oh, no, we can't eat meat on Friday. So
does your mother still observe that?
Well,
I know she's older. So.
Yeah, she's cognitively declining. And so like she doesn't think about it.
Oh,
but
in the last 20 years or so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. It got worse. It got to where it wasn't just during Lent. It was every Friday. You could never have, like, she would fast not only is it don't eat meat, but you had to fast like on Fridays. Like you ate very little on Fridays. Yeah.
But that's like you getting ready, man.
And that's what we used to tell her. We're like, Mom, once you get to a certain age, you don't have to abide by that. You know,
there's a rule.
Right.
That Pope, he makes the rule. He says, if you're this old, you made it this long, you don't have to follow the rules anymore.
Well, she still follows the rules.
Oh, no, the little precious lady upstairs that's visiting with me right now, she will tell you all the rules she no longer has to follow, as if she followed them in the first place. Now she's just trying to gaslight me and make me think that she was following the rules all along. Oh. I don't seem to remember it that way, but okay, maybe you were. I can't say for sure.
Yeah.
As you can tell from my stories, probably wasn't paying much attention to what they weren't paying attention to me. And equally here, I wasn't paying attention to them. Was not interested.
It was a two-way street.
It was. We were perfect for each other. I had the best parents for me.
For you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hands off, hands off. Yeah, she constantly reminds me that of her age. I don't know what the age cutoff is for following rules, but she's been that age for as long as I can remember now. I don't have to follow that anymore.
But that's so funny because on the other side of the coin, she doesn't want to live in the assisted living because she's not old enough for that.
No.
Yeah.
Well.
So she uses her age when it's to her advantage.
That's my whole life. Just make it up as you go along and change it whenever you want.
Yeah. See, for me, religion growing up, and again, disclaimer, I do love my religion and we do joke around about things or whatever, but it's just because of how we grew up that you have to find some perspective on things. So for me, it was growing up, religion was always this, you had to always like, what's the words I want to say? You weren't allowed, you had to take it. You had to take whatever people did to you. It was like, you didn't fight back. You didn't say anything about it. If you did, you were being unchristian like. So you just had to take it. So no matter what was happening to you, you just had to, be the better person and just like, I know, Chrissy's favorite phrase. And because otherwise you weren't being Christian enough. So you just had to, just like, how they tormented Jesus. Well, if you're getting tormented, well, then there you go. Good for you. You're doing the right thing. And that was hard for me for the longest time. It took me a long time to learn to stand up for myself. And so now when I look at religion and how it affected me growing up, it does give me a different perspective. But I found my way in my faith, but it's definitely different than how I grew up.
Yes. I want to state that I do understand you are strong in your faith.
Yes.
And that you were when we were good friends too. I was just trying to play along.
You did. You played the part.
I mean, and my Catholic religion was not because my family, if you can figure anything out from this, was into being Catholic. My father became Catholic when he married my mother. He was not raised Catholic.
Right.
He had grandparents who were Catholic, but I don't know that my grandfather or grandmother were subscribers to any religion specifically. So he became Catholic when he was going to marry my mom. The reason I ended up at Catholic school, in kindergarten, I did go to the public school in town, on my side of town, for, it seemed like only one day to me in my memory, because I can only remember one day of it.
Oh, okay.
But my understanding from listening to other people was it was more a few weeks.
Oh.
The reason I got placed in Catholic school wasn't because they thought it would be lovely to have Chrissy have a wonderful experience in a Catholic experience and Catholic education. It was because my mom and dad worked and they needed to put Chrissy somewhere all day.
Ah.
Because the public school only had kindergarten half days. So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because for me, actually, so because you lived on a different side, we lived close together, but on different sides of town. So when I went to kindergarten at a public school because it had all day kindergarten and my mom and dad worked. So I had to go there, and I couldn't go to the Catholic kindergarten because they only had half day.
Ah, that's interesting. Well, you were a township.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You were out
lived,
there in the pretty
we lived close, but it was enough of a difference. And then once, started grade school, then it was full time there.
Yeah, no. The public school where I was assigned to go was only half days at that time.
Gotcha.
So I think it might be, I don't know, because so many Catholic schools where we grew up.
Oh my gosh,
they're gone.
Yeah, they are.
I think there's only maybe 3 or 4.
Maybe when there was probably 12.
Oh, more
Easily
than that.
Oh
my gosh! Just on my side of town, I think we had 3 or 4.
Yeah,
some that I forgot
like
even
I said,
existed.
In one of the other episodes when we were talking about riding the bus, I rode the bus and they picked up all the kids from the Catholic schools and they dropped them off at the different schools. So we stopped at 2 other Catholic schools to drop off kids.
Wait a minute, the bus only picked up the Catholic school kids?
We didn't ride with the public school kids.
When you're in the city, they made you share that bus with some of the public school kids.
Well, didn't they actually even drive the public city buses? The kids from our high school, some of the kids, their bus from inner city was the city bus.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like the public transportation?
Yeah, public transportation bus.
No, I did. I was still on a
yellow bus.
A school approved vehicle, yellow vehicle, bus type thing.
The wheels on the bus go.
Yeah, not something from the bus downtown. It had the public transit thing. I'm not going to say the name.
Yeah. Well, it changes from city to city.
It does change. Yeah.
So did you have any people with other religions in your family?
Not that I can think of.
So this was like a big thing in my family because, so obviously Catholic, my mom and dad were Catholic. They were raised Catholic. Mm-hmm. And so then at some point, again, big difference in age between me and my sisters and stuff. And so at one point, some family members decided to go to a different religion. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, this was like a huge thing in our family. Like it was a big problem. And I was young enough, and even from a young age, again, very much, how we grew up with our religion was very much ingrained, but I still was very open to other, like it didn't define me. It didn't define other people, so, but this was a big problem. It caused a big division in the family because some members of the family wanted to be this other religion. I never had a problem with it. And I remember as a teenager, when this was partly going on, saying to my parents, why does it matter? Like, why? Why does it matter? It's okay. They're not killing people. They're not doing, they're just following different. It was such a problem. And I always stuck up for those family members. And it was recently within the last year that one of those family members came at me and they said to me, like, accused me of you've always, had a problem with my religion. And I'm like, where are you getting that from? Because I've the farthest from, like, I don't care what religion people are. I really don't. I judge you as a person and how you act and how you are to me and how you are to other people. I don't care what the label says, Yeah. So that was like really hard. And what really got me is I'm like, all of my life, my family didn't stick up for me. They didn't protect me through all the things I've been through, being abused as a child, being, sexually abused by family members, all this other things. And I stuck up for them. And then now they're accusing me of not sticking up for them. And it's like, where the heck? Oh, it's so frustrating. And that's where religion, that's where I have sometimes an issue. It's like, it becomes this defining thing. And it's like, wait, just be yourself.
I love the fact that you said that you don't judge people, whatever religion they are.
Yeah.
And I don't judge anyone's religion except Catholics. Because I have a little bit of experience with Catholics. I'm not going to judge you if you're Presbyterian, Methodist. I grew up with some friends that were Methodist. And I was always fascinated with religion. I worked for some people who were Jewish. Mm-hmm. That was a one that was new for me. And I was fascinated, and I would ask, well, give me some... And it was not out of disrespect. I was
curious.
I was legitimately curious.
Right.
because I want to know
Right.
what is the gentleman in our office, because I worked for a company where we had to bring food everybody just wanted to eat all the time.
Right.
And we have, one day a week, everybody brings in a dish. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I was like really young. I didn't really want to cook anything. And now I got to sign up to make food. And somebody would always bring in baked beans.
Uh-huh.
Baked beans. I don't know why. That sounds like a horrible thing to have.
Why would you bring that to work? I know.
But he would always run around and want to know who made the baked beans and if they were vegetarian or not.
Oh.
And I'm sitting there, and the guy would be running past my desk 10 times, yelling, the beans, are they vegetarian? And I finally went into his office and said, look, I don't mean any disrespect, but why are you so involved with why the baked beans are vegetarian? I mean, they're beans, aren't they?
Right.
I'm like, I didn't understand. I don't see any meat in there.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Because he was Jewish.
Yeah.
And he was somewhat strict, because my understanding, he explained to me, was that some people with Jewish religion, they're stricter
Yes.
and others aren't.
Just like Catholics, just like
Yes.
any religion.
Oh, yeah,
you have
absolutely.
you have the whole gamut.
But then he was telling me about the animals that they do not,
Right.
if you're real strict, they don't eat certain animals with like split hoofs.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Or any animals that are considered dirty. Mm-hmm. I guess if they're real orthodox,
Yeah.
they don't eat any fish that would be considered like a bottom dweller.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So he gave me, which was, I appreciate.
Very educational.
Yes.
Yes.
And on the other hand, I was working with a guy who was very Christian, which was fine. And I think I had mentioned that I wanted to get fish during Lent, and he wanted it. I should have maybe not said that in front of him. He was a little bothered at the fact that I felt I needed to eat fish on Friday during Lent. And again, it wasn't because it was ingrained in me. I just knew that I could get really good fish on Friday during Lent. And I was like, man, I'd really like to have some fish.
The restaurants do have good fish during Lent.
And
yes.
he wanted to explain to me that with the New Testament, in his opinion, I guess, or his facts or whatever, that when Jesus was given to us, the Son of God, to come for us, to, I don't know, work for us, I guess. I'm really stinking this religious. I try to learn everything from Jesus of Nazareth, the miniseries. That's my favorite show.
Leave it to Chris.
Robert Powell, Jesus of Nazareth.
There we go.
That's the one I recommend everybody. At Easter, I got to watch that. And you say, why would you watch it? You're not even religious. But, man, that guy puts a hell of a performance on his Jesus. I mean, he's like the picture everybody had on their fireplace. That dude looks just like him. Anyhow, he wanted to let me know that I did not have to follow those rules anymore and that I was an idiot. Basically, he was insulting me. And if I was a really hardcore Catholic, I guess I would have been insulted. I was still insulted, even though I was like, dude, I just want to get some good fish.
You were
because he
Catholic.
said, when Jesus came down, was born, he took away all those rules. Well, I said, Jesus, I didn't know that. You mean us idiots are sitting here following all these rules? I think the Catholics have more rules than anybody.
They do have a lot of rules.
Because some religions seem to be all hardcore Old Testament.
Yeah.
And then all these other religions, like, look, throw that dumb book away and just follow this nice new one.
Shiny new toy syndrome.
I'm like, Jesus. And then the Catholics, we go back and forth.
Well,
Tough.
I guess that's why there's a religion for everybody out there, Chrissy.
Shoe fits every foot, I guess. I don't know what the saying is.
So I will know next year that we either won't record on Ash Wednesday, or if I do, I'll go to service after we record.
No, I love it.
I didn't realize this was going to cause such a trauma response.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. I just needed. I'm glad this was a very good, because I didn't know. You taught me. We have companies that make palms.
We do have companies that.
Is it out of California or somewhere warm where they get the palms off the palm trees? What's going on?
The place that I order from is in Arizona.
Oh, they have palm trees there?
Oh, yeah.
It's dry.
Southern. Mm-hmm.
My understanding is that palm trees need a lot of water.
They need water, but I don't know necessarily they need a lot of water because there's a lot of palms in the desert.
Oh.
So,
that must be a different palm tree.
Well, there's all kinds of palms. There's different types of palms. There's different types of palm trees. There's different types of palm bushes. And it's a whole gamut.
Okay.
Yeah.
A Margaritaville palm. Can I request those?
I'm not sure if that would be the kind of palm I have to think about that.
This might be a two-parter. We might need to just keep talking after we end the episode, and we can make that an extra episode. People want extra content.
How many weeks is Easter? Isn't it Easter like 6 weeks or something?
Oh, gosh. I'm looking at you for that answer, Carrie.
I think it's like 6 weeks. They don't make it easy like in Lent or Advent. You know the different. You know there's 4 weeks because there's Advent 1, Advent 2,
oh, my
Advent
God.
3, Advent 4.
Wait a minute. This is like sequels, like Iron Man 1, Iron Man. There's Advent 1 through 4. What if I only come to the game for Advent 4?
You're
I gotta catch up
in the
on 1
fourth
through
quarter.
3.
Yeah.
That was just, I used to like those candles because they were pink and then there was a purple one. Or was it all purple and one was pink?
There you go.
I thought the
3
candles were really
purple
pretty.
and 1 pink.
I like those colors.
And then the one in the center for Christmas was white.
There was a center candle? I didn't go to church after that.
Oh, Chrissy.
I never saw the white one. I feel so cheated.
Well, I guess it probably depends on the church, but yeah, there usually is a center one that you light on Christmas.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like the purple and pink ones.
Yeah. Well, this was very educational. I was thrown back into our Catholic grade school, high school days here.
Nobody got more education today than me.
But I think I scored probably a C- today. On my
well, then I know what letter I got.
Alrighty, well,
A for effort.
We would like to know what you all are doing for this time of year.
What are you giving up? There is someone manning the house over there at the Vatican. So you guys better give something up.
And speaking,
unless he goes on vacation or something.
Here, let's try this twist. And speaking of giving up, if you would like to give up a few dollars, you could. We now have a way that you can support our podcast. So we do now have a donation where if you want to keep all this great content coming at you, you can help us out. Go to our website, dysfunctionjunkies.buzzsprout.com. You can choose to give us a one-time donation, or you can do a reoccurring one. Any little bit helps us to keep this great cast coming to you. So just check us out on our website and check us out on our Facebook page. We'd love to hear your stories of Lent or Easter or whatever religion that you follow.
Yes, I love to hear all this stuff.
We love to hear about how things affected you growing up. Did your family have a strict religion? Did it have an easygoing kind of approach to religion? Did you have no religion? I mean, tell us about it. How did it affect you growing up? We want to hear all the stories.
Yes, and I need some money to go see Advent 1 through 3 and 4 and it's expensive at the theater now. I don't know if you can catch that at the theater. Or if you just want to, maybe I'll take a picture of me next to a candle and send it to you if you donate. I'm going to sneak into a church and get near the. Oh wait, that's Advent. I got to wait till Christmas.
Advent. It's
what candles do we burn for Lent?
We don't have any candles.
Oh, but the palms. I can set a palm on fire.
After Palm Sunday, save the ashes for next year.
Okay, I'm working on that. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Thanks,
Happy Lent.
Happy Lent. Bye-bye.
Bye.